It was really an experience because we were experiencing association with others in a very significant way. And we were experiencing, I think, the presence of God in a significant way in our group.
And looking at our life as a story, it has God's fingerprints all over it. And we know that through God's Spirit and His Word and the people that we are around and the situations we are in is what becomes our story.
People of faith sharing their stories was a key part of that, because that's where you begin to see God in that environment.
So when you're telling your story, you're giving a part of you away, but you're regaining a part of you. People were willing to share their stories also.
When we learn the story, we'd have a whole different perspective on the people we're talking about.
At Rooted, you can be yourself, and you get to a point where you have a level of trust and love for each other that just seems to be God-given.
Rooted helped me slow down and look again. Part of it was reflective. Whenever I was reflecting upon my story, I was beginning to see how God was at work. But I also saw how God was at work in other people's lives, even as I reflected on my own story. And it helped me see more clearly what God was doing in a very powerful way. It's in God that we learn how to love, we learn how to forgive, we learn how to be patient with each other. And that gives me the strength and the encouragement to move forward in the next steps that I need to take. I think the other thing was wrapped around the prayer experience.
We were encouraged to write our prayers, and I had never really done that before. That enabled me to pray them more than once, because I still go back and reread some of those prayers. Makes me choose my words a little more carefully when I'm writing, and I'm not just doing a list of requests and things. I spend more time exalting God and feeling His Spirit.
And is causing me to think very seriously about what it means to live in the will of God and then pray in the will of God. When you start moving towards surrender to the will of God, I think that is what began with me. And when that occurs, I think that changes how we approach prayer entirely. And by doing that, it becomes more powerful and more significant, and it becomes more life-changing. We are all on a journey. There are ups and there are downs. There's uphills and downhill approaches to the journey. But there's nothing better than to walk it together. And Rooted is an opportunity to walk together with some people you know, perhaps. Maybe some people that are new to you. But they've got a story too, just like you have. And this is an opportunity for you to develop friendships, kindred spirits. It's an opportunity for you to be shaped by God. Through these stories, we create windows where God is able to be at work. And for that reason, it becomes very transformative.